And now I want to take you to the coastal city in regards to the National Construction Authority Summit that is currently ongoing at the coastal side of the city. And joining us right now is our very own Brian Kimani. There you have him. You can see him on your screen. So, Brian, I do understand you want to speak to the Executive Director of NCA, that is Engineer Maurice Akech, in matters to do with construction. Over to you, Brian.
Thank you very much indeed, Abdi Aziz Hashim in Broadcasting House. For the last 3 days, we've been here at the coast, to be precise, in the county of Mombasa, tracking the conversations around the construction industry. And we have been attending the International Construction Research Conference and Exhibition, which has been taking place here in the county of Mombasa, bringing together more than 1,000 delegates from Kenya, Africa and beyond. And the topic of conversations here have been very interesting, from smart contracting to green construction. Those are some of the issues that have been discussed in the last 2 or 3 days here. And now, as we wait for the next conference, which is going to take place in 2026, what is going to happen between now and 2026? And what lessons have we learned in the last 3 days? And how are they going to be applied in our day-to-day built environment? I'm not here to respond to those questions. The Executive Director of the National Construction Authority, Maurice Akech, is here with me. He's going to guide us on that subject. Thank you very much indeed, Engineer, for your time. We've been here now for 3 days. Today is the culmination of the last 2 days. What have we learned so far?
Thank you very much, O'Brien, and KBC for this opportunity. Indeed, for the last 3 days, we have been gathering here in Mombasa for International Construction Research Conference and Exhibition, which is a National Construction Authority premier event, which is a 2-year event. Every 2 years we have this. This is the 5th time we are doing it, and the second time we are doing it outside Nairobi. We call it County Edition. And indeed, for the last 3 days, culminating with today being the 3rd day and the last one, we've learned so much from a pool of experts who have done very wonderful presentation, a pool of panelists who have done very good discussion on the areas of micro, small and medium enterprise economy into the contribution of construction industry, in the areas of green construction, in the areas of smart contracting, in the areas of what we call the Building Code 2024, which is coming into effect in 1st March 2025, and also in the area of AI, artificial intelligence, in construction. And indeed, those 2 days, the first 2 days were very packed, and today being a 3rd day, we also had an opportunity in partnership with our partners in the industry. Especially today, we are now here at the Port of Mombasa in partnership with Kenya Ports Authority, and we really appreciate this partnership. We've also had opportunity to show showcase to some of our delegates what are some of the key projects here, which are of course being supported through construction, and we were able to see a very good modern facility, Kipevu Oil Terminal, which is actually has a very serious capacity to deliver products at a very faster rate, and this is what we talk about when we talk about construction transforming the industry. So ICOS, which is the acronym of International Construction Research Conference and Exhibition, is a 2-year event. And as we now move to the next one, which is 6th in the next 2 years, 2026, we are going to onboard the lessons we have learned in the last 3 days, and also the resolutions that were already packaged and shared with the stakeholders and the industry, so that in the next one we'll be discussing the implementation on the action points of what we have agreed, even in terms of, which was a very big subject. What came out clearly is that the need to think about the end at the time of the conceptual stage. Don't reach the end and then you start about thinking, how did we end here? I think that was a big thing, that is a big lesson we're taking away. And as you do construction, whether you're in the sector of the port, whether you're in the roads, whether you're in buildings, whether you're in water, whatever you do, it's good to understand that you need to think about the end and the user in mind. And that means all stakeholders must be brought on board at the beginning, so that they are all their views are accommodated when the product is finally delivered. through construction, you have what it takes and the user can use it in a friendly manner.
Very well. Quickly, before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. Now, what is going to happen between now and 2026?
Well, the planning of the next research conference and exhibition event for us starts at the end of the last one. So as we finalize this particular conference today, the planning for the next one. And I want to urge all our stakeholders and partners that we are in this together. And as we live here today, the next 2 years we're going to plan another conference. Of course, we'll be also asking, because as you can see, we are also promoting this in different counties. Yeah. So if there's a county, of course, having seen what we have done here for the last 3 days and has interest, we can do bidding, like FIFA does it. Yeah. So you say, fine, I want the research conference 2026 to be done in my county, and then we'll be able to plan with it. But the plans are starting now as we move to the next 2 years, and the agenda will be determined by the action points that we have been given, so that we are able to continually develop the industry to its next level.
Very good.
Yeah.
Engineer Maurice Okech, always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you. Fun and engaging.
I appreciate it.
Very good.
Thank you so much.
Well, those are the issues here at the International Construction Research and Conference, which has been taking place here in the last 3 days. Today is the final day of this 3-day conference. We look forward now to 2026. O'Brien Kimani is my name. Back to you in Broadcasting House, Abdiaziz Hashim.
Thank you so much, O'Brien Kimani. Just in terms of the National Construction Authority Summit that concludes convention today, and of course various things have just been highlighted by the engineer, that is Maurice Okech, who is the Executive Director of NCA in matters to do with construction.